More breaking news to bring you, actually, from Manchester City, and we understand that they have accepted an offer for a loan deal for Kyle Walker from AC Milan. Like I said, at the moment, this is a loan deal, potentially with an option to buy him permanently in the summer. We understand this is for a deal worth about £4.2 million. Look, this is something we thought was happening. We kind of all expect Kyle Walker to be moving away from the Etihad.
Yeah, for sure. And again, those sort of two centre-backs coming in, that kind of opens the door for Kyle Walker to leave. Victor Hayes, very comfortable playing in those wide areas, same with Kusanov. So it allows someone like Kyle Walker, that's been so good for Manchester City, to take that next step in his career, go to Italy, go to a league that will maybe suit his maturity, his experience now versus the Premier League that's very, very quick.
I think you have to look back as well. You know, looks like it could well be the end of Kyle Walker at Manchester City. What an amazing player he has been for that club, and an amazing player that he's been in the Premier League as well. Always interesting to interview when you hear him talk as well. He talks about the game. He's a thinker about the game. He loves football, and I think a lot of people were expecting him maybe to potentially go to Saudi Arabia in this transfer window, and he's gone to AC Milan. And you know, if you're honest, that is a league and a team that will challenge him again. So for him to want to take on that challenge when he's in the twilight of his career, I think it's huge respect to him. And I think all Manchester City supporters would wish him well. I don't think he's been at the same level this season as he's shown in previous years. So he'll be hoping that he can go over to Italy and probably still be involved in Thomas Tuchel's England squad. You don't know what his intentions are on the international stage anymore. And for him to go and challenge himself in another top 5 league in his stage in his career, I think it's great respect to him.
Yeah, just another sort of line to bring you as well. We understand that Kyle Walker is arriving in Milan today around lunchtime, and he will undergo his medical over in Milan this afternoon. It's so funny, isn't it, thinking we're in this sort of January transfer window and this City squads could look quite different, really, come the end of the month.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they needed that, right? You know, their performances haven't been good enough for their own high standards. You know, Liverpool are, far away in terms of winning the league title this season than Manchester City. So they needed these reinforcements. And you maybe go back to when they won the treble. There was a lot of talk in the background with their director of football talking a bit about how there's a lot of players that wanted new contracts or they wanted to leave when they'd, reached the pinnacle of European football. Maybe that's a bit of a hangover that we're seeing now in January. City spending so much money, more than they've ever done in the window by a mile, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. And it feels like this is the beginning of a new Manchester City that we're seeing. There's obviously going to be a turnover and a churn of players over not just this window, but probably the summer as well. And now, they've got one of the top 2 best strikers in the world locked up for 9.5 years. The manager's staying. Players coming into the club have got an idea of where the future is going for Manchester City. So even though on the pitch this season it's not gone to plan, there are future prospects still for Manchester City, obviously. You look,
they've gone to South America. They probably bought the best young centre-back. They've bought the best young centre-back in Europe, and they've bought one of the best attackers in Europe. They've done pretty well so far.
They've done all right so far, haven't they? Just a little confirmation of all that news then. Kyle Walker moving ever closer to a loan deal to AC Milan. He's expected to have his medical there this afternoon. And a busy morning for Manchester City because they have announced the signing of forward Omar Mamouche from Eintracht Frankfurt.